Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel. So today's video is going to be on something on... So you're not going to believe this. Well, maybe you will, because I mean, with all the shit that's gone on in the last few years, I could definitely see something like this happening. Now, it's just talk right now. It's not a definite, though I could definitely see being a definite soon, just don't know when. But anyway, the gist of what's going on, the gist of this video, guys, is that we are going to have to pay theft tax. We, the consumers, are going to have to pay theft tax for people stealing shit. So while these fucking people are stealing and keep stealing, and there's no repercussions for their stealing, they don't get in trouble, they don't get brought up on charges, they do zero jail time, we have to pay for that shit on the back end. We pay something called theft tax. Now, theft tax is probably going to be called something else, or they're just going to add it into the product's price, or whatever that product that you're buying. Now, on the Angry Prepper channel, I talked about how they were going to lock away groceries and food. That's an idea that they're throwing out there. Whether it happens or not, we shall see. If they do, the shopping experience is gone. Then how are you going to go into a store and pick what you want if everything's going to be locked down? Now, obviously, they're going to lock down things like meats and things of that nature, but they're absolutely, I could definitely see them going down this road. So anyway, guys, with that, the theft nationwide has been a chronic problem. We have seen people and videos and countless videos of people running into stores and supermarkets and just snatching shit, taking everything they can. They call it organized retail theft, right? So clearly it's organized, right? Because it's not like, you guys came into the store, different dudes didn't know each other and decided to ransack the store. Clearly it's organized. They get together somewhere. They go, all right, we're going to hit Wawa's. And some of you guys know what Wawa's is. And so they run into Wawa's and they ransack the place. Now, they did that at a store in PA, I think. They ransacked the Wawa's. And here's the problem with ransacking. There's a lot of problems with ransacking. Besides the fact that you're stealing shit. Let's put that aside for a second. Here's the bigger issue. You're damaging property and shit as you're doing it. So now, not only does the store or insurance companies have to pay for the loss of that item being stolen or items being stolen, now you have to apply for property damage. And now the property damage now adds to the loss, your revenue loss. Now, who pays for that on the back end? Tax theft also includes property damage. Because every time these people go into the fucking stores, they destroy shit. Now, I'm not sitting there saying that there's an easier way to steal shit. There probably is. You could probably go in and take shit off the shelves without destroying the fucking store and doing so. But they also destroy the front glass windows when they do. When you watch these ransack, these organized thefts in places like that Wawa video, they were destroying the store as they were taking shit. Now, granted, there was a lot of kids in there. So that means there's a lot of parents that need to be held accountable for that. I would have seen my son in there or my daughter. They would have gotten a beating like they would never forget it. When they've developed Alzheimer's in their old age, they would have remembered that beating. And I would have turned them in on top of that. Because this comes down to parenting, but it also comes down to influence. It's not solely parenting. Your kid could be the greatest kid on the planet, but he runs with the wrong group of dudes and he doesn't know how to decide for himself. That is essentially on you. But it's also on them. Because keep in mind, guys, kids, when they do shit, they know right from wrong. I'm sorry. Kids know right from fucking wrong. They know right from wrong when they're like 8 or 9 years old. Sometimes younger. So at the age of 14, 15, 16 years old, they know right from wrong. That's a separate discussion for a different day. But this is going to be an ongoing issue if there's no repercussions. Now, in 2021, guys, the theft was so high, it cost the industry as a whole $95.4 billion in loss, revenue loss, because things were being stolen. That was $56 billion higher than 2018. Now, this part I didn't know. I didn't know that gangs were hiring people to steal. So I thought that the people who were stealing were doing it on their own accord. Apparently, they're being hired by gangs and crime organizations to steal specific items so that they can resell. Now, I know that, like here in New York, Albanians and I think Armenians and Russians are really into stealing shit, and they resell a lot of this shit on eBay. They sell it legally because they actually have the items, and they do send the items off. They don't send you bricks and shit. But nonetheless, those are the three groups that a cop buddy of mine told me a while back. They were into this eBay shit. They would steal the items or truckloads of the items, and they would sell them back on eBay. And they would have like multiple accounts on eBay doing this shit. And by way of sorry, he said that they did a bust. It was some Armenian dudes, and they go into the house, and he said it looked like Central Command. He said they had something like 18 screens or 12 screens or 18 screens on a wall. Each of them had a different eBay account with different items. And he goes, they actually ship the items to the person, and they do charge a little cheaper. That was a ring bust here in New York City a few years ago. So I'm pretty sure with all of these thefts going on, they're back into it again. Now, here's the kicker. Not the kicker, but I mean, anyone with a sound mind would do this. But if your store got broken into, ransacked, rushed, rioted, whatever it is, just once, you're already contemplating leaving. 2-3 times, you're gone. So a lot of businesses are leaving New York City. Now, we had a lot of businesses shut down because of Mr. 19, but we have a lot of businesses now that are starting to leave because of this BS. People are coming into their stores and stealing. In fact, just a week ago or 2 weeks ago, a lady who had a jewelry store had $2 million worth of shit stolen. While she and her employees are watching this, they're breaking the glass case, which I thought those glass cases were like bulletproof, but they're not. And so they just broke the glass with a hammer, and they were taking shit out. And there was no urgency in the thieves and their movements. They had one guy who was standing at the door, which was looking the wrong way. He was looking at the guys breaking the shit instead of looking out the window. And the other two guys were ransacking it, breaking glass along the way and taking jewelry out. And they were not rushing to do it. They were like breaking it, taking out, putting it in the bag. They were taking their time about it. Criminals have no sense of urgency anymore when they commit crimes. Isn't that some shit? Because the power that be let them happen. Now, Eric Adams is pissed about all of this, but there are loopholes and there are ways you can make these people suffer. You can keep them in jail up to a week. You could come up with your own laws. If you can strip people of their livelihoods for not taking the arm ticket, I'm 1,000% sure you can come up with a way to keep these people in jail. Just a thought. Anyway, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.